Okay, we're going to walk through the process of creating a new song file in SongShow Plus. Beginning with our SongShow Plus window open, here in the lower left-hand corner we have our Songs panel. In order to get to the Songs portion of this panel, we need to make sure that this green musical note icon has been pushed, which for us it has. Underneath that green note, you're going to see the Create New Object icon. To the right of that, we've got a little arrow. I'm going to click on that and select New Song. This is going to bring up our new song builder, and in just a moment I'm going to have all of the information that I need to begin building this song, but I'm going to also utilize a website provided by CCLI called Song Select. So I'm going to go to a web browser, and I already have the login screen up, and I'm going to enter the username and the password and log in. And then today, for our illustration purposes, we're going to build the song Jesus Died My Soul to Save by Matt Boswell. And after I've searched for it, it's come up here, the very first entry. I'm going to select that song. And it's going to begin by giving me an overview of the song, all of the basic information about the song. You're also going to see to the tab to the right a tab called Lyrics. That's going to give you all of the lyrics to the song as well. So once I have that, I find it easy to assign half of my screen to each of these applications so that I can go back and forth with a little bit more ease. So beginning here with the new song builder, I'm going to enter in the information as I've got it here in Song Select, beginning with the title, which is Jesus Died My Soul to Save. The author, I'm going to copy and paste this from the Song Select site, as well as the copyright information. I'm going to click the Insert Copyright Character icon, and then come back here, and all of the information under copyright, save the copyright character. I'm going to copy and paste, and the CCLID number is over here, which it looks a little bit difficult to see because of the way that I've minimized or resized the window. I'm going to copy and paste that into SongShow Plus. The reference blank you can go ahead and leave blank. Collection, I'm going to add that to my Modern Worship collection. On your workstation, you're free to edit your list and organize the songs that you've created however you would desire. So that does it for the general information. I'm going to move now to the Lyrics tab. And I'm going to begin by adding verse 1. And on this portion, it really doesn't matter the order in which you put the lyrics into SongShow Plus. As you'll see here, the tab to the right of lyrics is entitled Order, and you're going to have the ability to change the order here in just a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and just begin by putting in verse 1, and I'll just put them in the order that they appear here in Song Select. So verse 1, I'm going to copy the lyrics and paste them into SongShow Plus. And I also want to just proofread very briefly the lyrics as they are inputted here into SongShow Plus, making sure that all first person or second person pronouns referring to deity are capitalized. Here you can see the your is capitalized, you is capitalized. That's good. At Faith, we capitalize all of those first and second person pronouns when they reference deity. God the Father, you have capitalized. That's excellent as well. And it looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and add verse 2. Looks like chorus 1 is next. We'll get that here in just a second. But since I selected verse 2, I might as well put it in. Copy, paste, proofread. Looks good. We also capitalize name when it references the name of Jesus or God's name in general. So capitalize that. And I'll add chorus. And you can see here that it says chorus 1. Notice that there isn't a chorus 2. That might be confusing initially, but we're just going to call it chorus for our purposes. Sometimes songs do have two choruses, and you can edit the list over here in SongShow Plus to include a chorus 1 and chorus 2 if you need to. So here's the chorus. I'm going to add a comma. And just look it over. And it looks good. I'm going to now go on to what they have listed here as the bridge. I don't need to copy the bridge in parentheses. That's just letting me know that that's the portion of the song that it is. Here I'm going to select bridge and paste those in here. Now, it's very important to listen to the song in Planning Center online to make sure that what you're getting in Song Select is actually accurate information. Very infrequently, the lyrics could be incorrect in Song Select, and so you're going to need to edit those as necessary. We're going to find that again here in verse 3. Sometimes the reason for that is that the song is recorded by several different people, and perhaps they've changed a lyric here or there, but we use Matt Boswell's version at Faith Bible Church, and the bridge actually doesn't say on Christ who saves and angels praise. It's on Christ whom saints and angels praise. So we don't need to capitalize the whom. So the proper lyric is, oh such pleasure, oh such pain. I'm going to add a comma there. We can add commas, at times question marks or exclamation points, very sparingly. We never want to have a period at the end of anything or even a semicolon. Oh such pleasure, oh such pain, the Father's wrath and fury lay on Christ whom saints and angels praise. Jesus died my soul to save. So that's the bridge, and we're going to add now verse 3. And here again we've got just a slight variation in lyric. In Matt Boswell's version, it's come ye broken, bound by sin, and let your weary journey end. Come and lay your burdens down, where mercy rules and peace abounds. That looks good. And this ending here, we do not sing, so I'm going to leave that out. And those would be all the song components that we need. So I'm going to go ahead now and move over to order. Now this gives me the option to put the lyrics into the order that we will sing them. We're going to go ahead and default to however the song is sung on the recording. And the way that it's sung on the recording is we're always going to begin with a blank slide, and we're always going to end with a blank slide. We're never going to use a title slide. So we'll begin with a blank slide, end with a blank slide, and then the song actually begins with verse 1 and goes to the chorus, and then goes to verse 2, end of the chorus, into the bridge, verse 3, chorus, chorus, blank slide. And we can manipulate this later, but that is the basic order of this song. Now, let's say that you made a mistake and you added one too many verse 3s. If I go back here and I add a verse 3 again, oh, I don't need 2 verse 3s. All you need to do is simply click the X, and it's going to take it out. Clicking the blue arrow will add another one in. So it's very easy to change. You can actually even move these, if you need to, by dragging and dropping in the typical verse order window. So that looks good. You can go ahead and disregard the key tempo tab, the themes tab, and the notes tab. And we're going to go now to display properties. We're going to begin with the property group song text by clicking on the box to the left, and it sometimes takes a moment for that to register. Once it registers, we're going to begin setting our fonts first. And beginning here with the main lyrics, we use the font Trebuchet MS. So I'm going to scroll up, select Trebuchet MS. We use font size 21. And in these 3 subcategories, you want to make sure that you've got automatically shrink to fit selected and ensure consistent text size. You can leave automatically grow to fit off. So Trebuchet MS for the main lyric font, size 21, automatically shrink to fit, and ensure consistent text size. Now we're going to go to the title font. For the title font, which is going to appear eventually in the lower right-hand corner of the page, we want to use the font Lucida Sans. So I'm going to scroll up, and select Lucida Sans. For the title, we use font size 10. And you can leave these as they are, unchecked, and that's what you would have for the title font. For author, we use Trebuchet again. So I'm going to scroll up, select Trebuchet. We use font size 8, which is, I believe, the smallest font size allowed. And then again, you can leave both of these unchecked. Copyright is the same as author, Trebuchet MS. Font size 8, both unchecked. Reference, you can leave blank. You can go ahead and click on additional styles. And at this point, you want to make sure that you have italicized the parts listed below. You want to select that option. And you want to leave this box blank. We do not want any part of our song italicized. So we're going to leave that blank with italicized parts listed below. And I'm going to go back to the main lyrics tab. Now I want to change the the color and the fill of these lyrics. So I'm going to begin again with our main lyrics, sub-tab color fill. I want them to be solid, and I want to make sure that the font is white, which it looks like it's selected there, but you always want to double check. Sometimes that color might be default setting cream or off-white, and we want to make sure that it is just a plain white color for the lyrics. For the title of the song, again, which will appear in the lower right-hand corner, we're going to select the Color tab, and we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes from the left and select this gray color. That's going to serve as our color for the title, which will appear in the lower right-hand corner. For author, you can see that it's just a slight bit darker, same gray. We want to go ahead and leave that as is. Copyright, we're going to leave that as is as well. You're done now with the song text portion for that property group in particular. Now we're going to move to song layout. So you can click the song layout box. And we're going to begin with the lyrics. We want the lyrics to be horizontally aligned in the center and vertically aligned in the center. So they're going to appear right in the middle of the screen. This word wrap feature down here, we want to unselect that. So I'm going to take that off. We do not want the words to automatically wrap to the next line. So make sure that on the lyrics tab that is not selected. Everything else is okay. Now title, we can leave those as is. Author, you can leave those as they are. Copyright, you want to make sure that you have automatically wrap text to the next line selected on copyright. At times, 3 or 4 different publishers might be involved in the copywriting of a song, and that can get very long, and so we do want that to wrap. The reason that we don't want it to wrap for the lyrics is that we don't want any awkward lines to be created on our screen with maybe 1 or just 2 words. We want complete thoughts as much as possible on those screens. Reference, you can disregard. Layout, you might need to manipulate this as you first install SongShow Plus. At times, it becomes intuitive and the program will save what you tend to do regularly. But we want to change the way that this appears. Lyrics, we're going to take that and drag that all the way to the top, keeping it in the middle, all the way to the top of the screen. Title, I'm going to bring down below lyrics and make it match up right with the bottom of that lyrics box. Again, keeping it right in the middle of the screen. Author, I'm going to bring that down and place it right below title. Again, keeping it in the middle of the screen. Copyright, I'm going to move up to go right below author. Again, keeping it in the middle of the screen. Reference, you can disregard. We don't use that field, pardon me. And then you're going to click on the Show tab. Now, one of the things that we want to do is we want to select lyrics page by page. And I'm going to go back here in just a minute and show you what we do with the page by page. But you want all of these selected. You can take the reference off because we don't use that field. Display lyrics page by page. We want to show the CCLI number. And then down here, for the show the title, author, copyright, and reference, we only want that to be on the last lyric slide. It's unnecessary to have it on every slide. So we're going to put that on the last lyric slide. And that's all that you're going to need to do on the Show tab. Now, one of the things that I like to do as I'm putting this information in is I want to save it periodically so that if something happens, I don't lose my work. So I'm going to save it now. But then I'm going to select B, edit the song. I want to continue to edit. So now it's saved my progress, and I can continue to edit. But I want to answer the question of why do we select page by page? If we go back to the lyrics tab, sometimes there's going to be too many words on one line. And so what we can do is, if I need to make sure that only 4 lines at most appear on the screen at once, let's say that, mercy rules and peace abounds is too far. Actually, let's go to the chorus. It might make more sense in the chorus. So what depth of love, what reach of grace? I could choose to format it like this. What depth of love, new line, what reach of grace? Oh, how my grateful heart now aches to sing it louder the refrain, Jesus died my soul to save. Now, we only want to have 4 lines at most on the screen at one time. And you can see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. I would take this and I'd say, what are the 2 distinct thoughts here on the slide itself? I would say, what depth of love, what reach of grace, oh, how my grateful heart now aches. That's a complete thought. And then to sing it louder, the refrain, Jesus died my soul to save. You could even say, what depth of love, what reach of grace, and then, oh, my grateful heart now aches, to sing it louder, the refrain, Jesus died my soul to save. So let's just go ahead and put a page break right here. And you can see here at the bottom, it says add page break using Control and Enter. So if I go right here and press Control Enter, it's going to put in that little paragraph symbol. That's going to take the chorus and break it into 2 separate screen slides so that we can then not have more than 4 slides on at once, and they would see, what depth of love, what reach of grace, new slide, oh, how my grateful heart now aches, to sing it louder, the refrain, Jesus died my soul to save. So as you're working through this, again, sometimes you're going to have too many words on one line, which we'll see in a moment could cause the lyrics to be too small as they're displayed. You would want to come back and edit this, reformatting the lyrics, adding those page breaks where necessary to get a good size on the screen, along with 4 lines max and complete thoughts when possible. So I'm going to take that off and actually go back to, no, you know what? I'm going to leave that. I think that'll work well. What depth of love, what reach of grace. And then on the next slide, oh, how my grateful heart now aches to sing it louder, the refrain, Jesus died my soul to save. So we'll leave that as is, and we'll actually see how that works here in just a moment. Back to display properties. There's one more thing that we need to do before we move on, and that is select the background color. We basically create static songs here. We're not going to worry about the background that goes along with the song until we actually create the order of service. So on all of our songs, as a default, we select a solid background. Over here on the color, we select black. And once you're done with that, you can go ahead and, again, I'll hit save. And I want to continue to edit. And that does it now for our SongShow, our new song builder. So I'm going to go save again, and then I'm going to display the song. This is going to give me the opportunity to look at the song, how I've built it, and make sure that I like how it appears on the screen. So I'm going to maximize my screen now, and I can move element by element through. That font size looks good. Again, let's say this line was a little bit too long. It's going to shrink all of this to ensure consistent text size. And sometimes if it gets too small, we would want to go back and add those page breaks and reformat the slides where necessary. If you have any questions about that, just please don't hesitate to ask. We go through. Here's our chorus. What depth of love, what reach of grace. Oh, how my grateful heart now aches to sing it louder, the refrain, Jesus died my soul to save. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, here we've got a bit of a problem. Our title and such down here at the bottom is not appearing how we want it to appear. We want the Jesus died my soul to save to be right justified. We want the authors to be right justified, everything to be right justified down here at the bottom. So I'm going to go back into my builder. And I'm going to go to Display Properties, Song Layout. Here I forgot to change the horizontal alignment. I want on the title, I want the horizontal alignment to be right. I also want the author alignment to be right. And I want the copyright alignment to be right. Reference, again, you don't need to worry about. And we can see here that we've got this down here. I'm actually going to move all of these down because we don't use the reference. And if you remember, I unselected display reference, so it's no longer appearing here on the screen. And this is now going to give us a little bit more room to work with lyrically, as well as make this title box just a hair smaller. No reason for it to be that large. And then I can drag this and allow our lyrics to have more space on the screen. I'm going to save it. And I want to display the song so I can see if I've changed it, how I desire the song to be. And you can see here I've got my copyright information now in the appropriate space on the screen. Go ahead and maximize that so we can see it a bit more clearly. There you go. So that's how you build a song in SongShow Plus. And now that song will be located in our database. If I go down here to J and scroll, I don't even need to scroll down. There it is right there. Jesus died, my soul to save. Now it's available to us to utilize in an order of service whenever we would need it.